magic108fm.com. I'm EZP, and I thought I would take some time to talk about St. Louis, Missouri, and segregation. Since segregation is up now and everybody's talking about segregation, Donald Trump is talking about segregating the communities and keeping melanated people on one side, Europeans on another side. Well, for all those who didn't know, those types of things are existing right now. They are happening as we speak, and they've been that way for decades. Things have not changed. And I met one of my schoolmates that I went to school with, Forest Park Community College. Then she went to St. Louis University, and after going to St. Louis University, she moved to Atlanta. Her name is Niecy Beckly, and she asked me could she be on this show, magic108fm.com YouTube page. So here we are. And I want you to, I was really surprised that she came up with some valid points. And she's a St. Louisan, and she goes way, way, way back with me. And so I'm just really anxious for you to hear. Niecy Beckly, my homegirl from St. Louis University, went to Forest Park Community College, graduated from there. And St. Louisans, you will recognize her. She really profound in these opinions. I think you'll enjoy it. I will be popping in from one point to another so that I can give you a real St. Louis opinion. And also I will give you a little Atlanta comment too, because Atlanta and St. Louis are like brother, sister cities. And so here is Niecy Beckly. Niecy.
So I had some white colleagues ask me what I thought about Trump actually segregating whites and blacks. And I actually told them straight up, like, honestly, I would love that. Now, they looked at me like I was crazy, and they almost spit up their almond milk. And I think they thought that maybe I was saying that out of hatred, but it really isn't about hatred. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about their version of segregation. See, I'm talking about our version of righteous separation, spiritual sovereignty, and black sufficiency. See, the truth of it is that integration was never about freedom. It was finesse. It was a system's way of saying, let's stop them from succeeding independently so we can profit from their brilliance directly. It was about control. And so I want us to be very clear about this. We were never separate but equal. So that's a lie. We were separate and excelling. We had our own schools. We had our own banks. We had our own businesses. And baby, we were thriving. Black Wall Street, they burned it. Rosewood, they bombed it. Wilmington, they overthrew it. Why? Because we were doing too well without them, and they couldn't handle that. And so that's the truth. They didn't really want segregation gone. They wanted control. This is why we know that integration was just repackage of chains. When we were separate, we actually were building and excelling. And when they saw that we could excel without them, then it was like, oh no, we got to take control and make sure that their labor is profiting us. So right around that time, they rolled out this whole standardized testing, ACT and SAT. Y'all remember that? They created this IQ ranking to measure their norms, not our brilliance. And then we were said we were behind when we really weren't. We were just building our own lane, not asking for theirs. See, I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of tired of the lies. It's very exhausting, just the lies that continue to be promoted. And I want to talk about the melanin, because this whole thing that we're not smart enough, that we're not bright enough, is simply just a lie. And so, all this testing that they're doing, and I have kids in school, and they're made to feel that they cannot achieve. And I have to remind them about their actual superpower, melanin. See, not just your skin tone, but in your brain, specifically neuromelanin, that rich dark pigment found in areas like the substantia nigra, which are critical for learning and memory and decision making and emotional regulation. See, if you don't know, then you won't know how to respond. But when you learn about the studies that have actually linked the neuromelanin to higher concentrations and how it's related to enhanced memory and processing and higher intelligence and faster reaction times, then you know why they have hidden this information for so long, because when you have higher melanin, you have stronger brain resilience against degenerative diseases. So translation to that is melanin doesn't just make you glow, it makes you grow. So we know that it's not coincidental that people with more melanin have historically been creators, inventors, innovators across every discipline, while also being the most suppressed, because they know that the more melanin you have in your body and in your brain actually produces higher intelligence. So the Bible also says this too in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 7. It says he placed treasures in earthen vessels. What treasures? It was in us all along, right? So we have more melanin, and we know that people with less melanin, because it's a recessive gene and it's a mutation, lack the same level of intelligence, of many different benefits that come along with that. What's so interesting about it is that we're supposed to be looking at this as if it's something negative. But why is it negative when every other cultural group does this? Group economics. See, the truth of the matter is they have stolen from us so many different things, and yet we still survive. And so I don't want to offend, but I have to be blunt here. When we invented it, they patented it. When we built it, they banked on it. So everything we created, they made sure they benefited off of it. Just like Louis Latimer, he actually developed the light bulb, but Edison got all the glory for it. And this has been going on through history. We know that Granville T. Woods laid the foundation for trains. Corporations got the contracts. Dr. Patricia Bath revolutionized eye surgery. The system licensed the tech. Black music became white record labels, billion-dollar industries off of our talent. Every time we create, they capitalize. We are the genius, but they control the royalties. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So when we talk about the facts and segregation, I want to be very clear. It's not racist. We have to understand the dynamics of this. See, the black dollar actually is the fastest running dollar in America. So let's do the math here. And I think it's quite funny. Black people have spending power over 1.6 trillion. But guess what? That dollar stays in our community just for 6 hours. While the white community, their dollar stays in their community 17 days. And guess what? Asian communities, it stays in their community 20 days. Jewish communities over 3 weeks. Why? Because we're systemically disarmed from owning what we build. And this is no coinky dink. The scripture said this would happen. So now our dollar does the labor, but the system collects the check. And this is why I support segregation on our own terms. See, that 400 years of slavery is over. And when I say that I want us to be segregated, I don't mean oppressed. I mean organize. Let's build black banks again. Let's educate our babies on the truth, not whitewashed lies. And let's support black farmers, black techs, black healing, black brilliance. And no, it doesn't mean I hate white people. No, it means I finally love us enough to stop begging for scraps from a table we built but never welcome to. See, the Bible told us about this, yet we hop, skip, and jump over the fact that Deuteronomy 28, 43, and 44 already said it. It says, the stranger shall rise above you high, and you shall come down low. They shall lend to you, but you shall not lend to them. And this is exactly what has been happening for 400 years plus years. We built houses, businesses, schools, and they took them and taxed them to death. But beloved, there's hope, because Deuteronomy 30:3 also says, and Yah will turn your captivity and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all nations. So yes, I welcome segregation, because restoration is already in motion. And I want y'all to understand this. We are not asking for more, we're building. See, we were never given anything from you all. I'm not asking to sit at somebody's table anymore. See, I'm trying to go along with scripture and build my people, gather my people, not because they are more melanated, but because we need to know that we serve the Most High and that He's going to take care of us, because separation was never our curse. It was our covenant. And now it's our strategy. It says to come out from among them, be ye separated. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. So this isn't about racism. It's about us reclaiming what is already ours.
So family, if you're getting something out of this video, give us a like, give us a share. Let's help the algorithm get this message out to more people. You know, St. Louis is famous for the Delmar Divide. There's a boulevard named Delmar. Okay, on one side of Delmar is the sophistication. The other side of Delmar, well, it's not as becoming. So St. Louis is one of the most segregated cities in America. There's no need kidding ourselves. There's no need fooling ourselves, trying to color it something that it's not. And so segregation has been here the whole time. Like, share, subscribe. Tune in, tell a friend. Tune in to magic108fm.com. Listen to the R&B. It is your station. We're acknowledging the reality of segregation is here already. Don't be shocked at Donald Trump saying we need to be over here and then they need to be over there. Don't worry about that. That's happening already. It's just being more official. It's coming to fruition out front. But it's been that way all along. So how do you solve the issue? You solve the issue by supporting one another, shopping with one another. That's how we do it. That's how we handle it. We shop with, we keep the dollar going, just like Niecy said. Niecy Beckly said, keep the dollar rotating in the community. Build the banks. Build the institutions. Build everything you did before, but this time do it with security in mind, so it's not burnt down like it was in Tulsa. St. Louis, this is your message. This is it for you. Put your monies together. Put your institutions together. Build a reality that you can be proud of. Wipe that Delmar Divide off the map. Do you all know what the Delmar Divide is? Europeans on one side, melanated on the other. How about that? Come on now. Let's build something together. It's not anti-white. It's not anti-European at all. It's us coming together, creating a reality that we can be proud of and our children can benefit from. Give me a like, a share. We'll talk to y'all soon. Magic108fm.com.